what's up everyone? I'm Riley Chase Fox, and today we're going to be watching one of my favorite YouTubers at the moment, which is Ohara. And what Ohara does is he does theories on the anime One Piece, where he'll go over devil fruits, he'll go over manga chapters, he'll go over anime episodes, he'll go over theories of what he thinks is going to happen in the anime, what's already happened, what we might know and what we might not know. So Manu is his name. He has a separate channel by his actual name, and recently he actually just traveled with the guys from Trash Taste across Japan for like 10 days, I think it was. So if you guys are interested in anime and you guys know who Trash Taste is, you guys can go ahead and check out that episode right here. I'll probably put it right there. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so the episode I'm gonna watch from Ohara is the Shanks Theory Iceberg Explained, where it's going to explain some theories about Shanks that we might already know or we might not actually know. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. I got my bang. Ooh, this is the best drink literally in the entire world besides water. Okay, just gotta open it. Oh my gosh, there ain't nothing, and I mean nothing, like an ice cold lemon drop bang. Look at that drink. Look at it in the afternoon time. All right, let's go ahead and hop right into it.
Let's talk about the Shanks iceberg, and I'm not talking about shipping these two characters. The iceberg that contains the greatest mysteries and theories about Red Hair Shanks, the most legendary character in One Piece. In case you don't...
It is true. We've known about Shanks since the first chapter of the manga, and he barely shows up in the anime and the manga. Recently, last year, he finally was in like the first anime movie, One Piece Red. Spoilers. Oh yeah, I probably should say, if you guys haven't watched One Piece as deep as I have, then just know that there is going to be spoilers in this video. So if you do care about spoilers, then you might not want to watch this video. But if it's something that you're okay with, then just know there is a spoiler warning. So yeah, just wanted to make that clear real quick.
Don't know, the iceberg video format is a system.
Oh yeah, I stopped it for that reason. Yeah, so Shanks is, they do like a pool like every other month or every few months or every year, and Shanks is like always like in the top 10, top 15, like most popular characters in the entire show, and yet he has the littlest screen time. Like there's so many like theories about this guy that we still do not know, and he is the reason why Luffy wanted to become the Pirate King. He's the reason why Luffy wanted to become a pirate. Shanks influenced Luffy so freaking much. We have yet to know so much about him.
System of levels starting with popular and mainstream theories and mysteries of a certain topic. The stuff at the tip of the iceberg, everyone knows basically, and then you move deeper and deeper towards the wildest and darkest theories that the internet has to offer.
I got you, Manu.
With tier 1. Now, we all know that Goldie Roger is the one who set off the Great Pirate Era, however, Shanks is just as responsible for launching the events of the series. Even though Luffy is following in the steps of the...
My theory is that I think, because it says when Roger, they found the One Piece, they laughed, which is why the final island is called Laughtell. So either Roger realized, he says that he was too early and wish he would have been born in the era that follows the One Piece. I can't remember it exactly, but I think, because Rayleigh actually tells the Straw Hats that he knows about the Void Century. He knows about the world, but it's not going to change anything. So I think that they found out something about the One Piece, and Roger deliberately told everyone, if you want my treasure, go out and find it, because there's a specific reason behind it. I think that in the One Piece, Roger finds out something's really important. So he tells everyone, go find my treasure, hoping that the right person will find it and change the entire history of the world. That's my theory, is that Roger deliberately told everybody to go out and find it because he's looking for that one person. Well, not him, because obviously Roger's dead now, but all right.
First
We're only
Pirate
40
King,
seconds
his
in and I stopped
actual
it so many
goal
times.
is to reunite with Shanks and return the Straw Hats. And so the whole series has basically been leading to the point where Luffy is a powerful enough pirate to meet Shanks once again. But what has Shanks been up to in the meantime? Well, our first stop on our icy tour of Shanks fan theories brings us to the town that we see in Chapter 1 of One Piece, Windmill Village. Over the time skip, we learned that Makino, the bartender at the local bar, was pregnant and had a baby. Who's the father? Well, our money is on the bar's regular, Shanks.
I'm pretty sure Shanks is the father. And if he's not, I'm be mad. I'm be very mad.
And this next one is also a bit of a softball theory, but they don't call it tier number 1 for nothing. Well, we're still here above the surface of the water, so this idea is pretty much on the nose. We're going to make the bold statement that Shanks wants Luffy to become the Pirate King. After all, he inspired him, gave him his fruit, sacrificed his arm for him, and gave him his hat because he believes that Luffy is the one who will become the Pirate King and find the One Piece.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward. So let's go underwater and onwards to tier number 2. As we climb below the depth, we bring our submarine to the subtext of the story.
Clever pun there, Manu.
Starting with the idea that Shanks is evil. Yeah.
If they make Shanks evil, I am going to be infuriated if they do that. Shanks cannot be evil. There's too many inclinations of him being a good guy, doing good things, but then everyone's like, oh, well, it's ulterior motives, this, that, and the third. Because I think that Shanks is a celestial dragon. I think he has something to do with the celestial beings in this world. Because every time Shanks shows up, people are like, yo, we don't want to fight you. Like, okay, whatever you want, like, we're not going to fight you. When he enters the war, Sengoku, like, Shanks says, hey, you guys need to stop this war. And Sengoku says, because it's you, we'll stop the war. He is the only emperor to literally go to the 5 Elder Stars, request a meeting, and they're like, okay, we'll meet with you. Why? He's a pirate. Don't they not like pirates? He's got to be a celestial dragon. He's got to be someone of authority to be able to have that meeting, to be able to have so much influence over the world. I don't know, man.
Opposite of what we just said. Shanks has had some sinister ulterior motives all along. After all, he is super mysterious and has had meetings with the Gorosei,
See? Exactly.
villains of the series. So Shanks must be evil. And not only is Shanks evil, but another popular fan theory says that he's actually the final boss of One Piece overall. What a twist it would be if it's not Emu or Kainu or Blackbeard at all.
That would be crazy. For the longest time, everyone's like, okay, Blackbeard's going to be the final bad guy. He's going to be the final bad guy. Then when we all know what this guy does, spoilers if you haven't seen the show, skip forward to here. But when Akainu kills Ace, I'm like, okay, for sure, Luffy's going to fight this guy and beat him. And then we learn about Emu, who is the ruler of the world pretty much, but only the 5 Elder Stars know who Emu is. Oh, bro.
At all, but instead, Luffy's final obstacle in reaching the One Piece will be his own mentor, the person that he's been looking up to since chapter 1 of the entire series. And here's another great conspiracy. You know that Shanks has the craziest haki that we've seen in the entire series.
Dude, Shanks' haki is so powerful. He could be, in one of the recent chapters, Shanks is in the ocean. and he uses his hockey for someone who's in the land of Wano, and they're deep in the land of Wano, and Shanks deliberately uses his hockey on that person, and that person's probably anywhere from 20 to 30 miles away from Shanks, and he felt Shanks' presence because Shanks deliberately directed it towards that individual. As of right now, Shanks has the most powerful Conqueror's hockey, which might be the reason why he has so much influence and power, because not a lot of people in the world have the Conqueror's hockey. Only specific people do. Oh,
Chapter 1, after losing his arm, he uses Conqueror's Haki to get the Lord of the Coast to flee. But surely his armament and observation Haki are strong enough to have avoided having his arm bitten off in the first place. And so this theory says that Shanks lost his arm on purpose because that way Luffy would feel guilty over what happened and would continue to feel driven to chase after Shanks on the journey to becoming Pirate King. I'd rate that pretty likely still, so let's descend to tier number 3 of the Shanks iceberg, and now we get some really obscure facts, things that we would never see.
That's doing too much. He deliberately loses his arm so Luffy could trust him? I think it's a stretch.
See if we had stayed on the surface. Facts like this: Shanks' sword is named Griffin after the mythical creature. We're not sure what the origin or the grade of the sword is, but it's perfectly capable of clashing with Whitebeard's supreme grade blades. And this next one is huge. Film red spoilers incoming, by the way, but this theory is all but confirmed after the latest One Piece movie. In a short clip, it's heavily implied that Gold D. Roger found Shanks as a baby in a treasure chest, likely on God Valley, the home of the Celestial Dragon. And his world noble status would also explain why Shanks is able to demand an audience with the Gorosei, and might even explain why he was able to put an end to the Marineford War. In case Shanks doesn't turn out to be a Celestial Dragon though, don't worry, we have a theory for that too, because
he said what I was thinking.
With us continually finding out that certain characters, such as Trafalgar D. Waterlaw, are secretly Ds, the fan base guesses that just about every character could be a secret member of the D Clan.
That's right. Law is a member of the D Clan. I remember when he tells Robin that.
Shanks, of course, is no exception, being one of the most powerful and significant pirates in the world. Plenty of fans think that he might be a D as well. And arriving at tier number 4, we're almost halfway to the bottom of our iceberg. What kind of wild Shanks theories will lie in store for us here? Oh, by the way, if you want to see more of these iceberg videos, make sure to subscribe and let me know which one you'd like to see next.
I got you, Manu.
Okay, so there is a lot of mystery around what Shanks' true goal is. What is he trying to accomplish? The reason that he wanted to stop the war and stop Blackbeard's ascension is because, like the Gorosei, he shares the goal of keeping relative peace through the power of the world being balanced between the world government, the Yonko, and the Shichibukai. Well, that didn't exactly turn out great then, did it? And so now I think it's time to talk a little bit about the inspiration for Shanks' design and character, specifically the Norse god Tyr.
You guys know how it is when you buy a new Mac. It's super fast at first, and then pretty soon after it starts to slow down. That's probably because
much like this god, Shanks has one arm and is renowned as a swordsman. Shanks' ship, the Red Force, takes clear inspiration from Viking designs. And so it's for this reason that it's heavily speculated that when the crew heads to Elbaf, Shanks will finally take a central role in the story, as he will be the warden of that island. And this next theory says that Shanks didn't just give Luffy the straw hat to remember him by. The straw hat itself is an important piece in the puzzle of finding the One Piece or becoming Joy Boy. After all, we do know that Shanks was given the hat by Roger originally, and we've seen that Emu keeps a giant frozen straw hat beneath Marijoa. So could the straw hat be more than just a straw hat? A piece of clothing? Which already brings us—
Gosh, that's one of the secrets that I'm wondering too. Like, what's the significance of the straw hat? Like, does that have is it a piece of the puzzle? Is it a piece of One Piece? Is it, because we know that Roger had the hat when he took off on the journey, but then getting to the One Piece, could he have used the hat as like a like a token? Like, could he have used it like as like, this is my treasure, like making a trade, passing it down to Shanks, and then Shanks passing it down to Luffy? Like, what? Like, and then there's a giant straw hat in Marie Joie, which Emu has, and it's frozen. Like, why would he freeze it? Like, why would the hat be frozen? Like, is it a living being? Like, why would you just freeze a random object?
Us to tier number 5, and now we're starting to get a lot deeper.
Yeah, we're getting really deep right now. That whole hat thing is...
Because things will get weirder from here on out. Because it may have looked like Luffy eating the Gomu Gomu no Mi was just a simple accident, but what if...
This is a big spoiler right here, people. If you don't want to know about this, you guys gotta skip ahead.
Shanks actually fed Luffy the fruit on purpose. Knowing Luffy's lack of willpower, he left this super valuable treasure out and available, knowing that Luffy wouldn't be able to resist taking a bite here.
That's pretty good. He knew Luffy was a hungry kid, so why would he leave? No, wait. If I remember, I don't think that Luffy...
That gorilla really got you good, boss.
Talk about a loser.
Why are you all laughing? What's so funny? You should have fought back, Shanks. It doesn't matter how strong they look or how many of them there are. If you just laugh it off, you're not a man or a pirate.
Look, Luffy, I know how you feel. But the guy just spilled some booze on me. It's not worth getting bent out of shape.
Whatever.
Yeah, it was left out in the open. Why would he have left it out, knowing that Luffy is a hungry kid that always eats everything? Okay, but seriously though, like, spoilers. We find out in the manga that a part of Kaido's crew, Who's Who, which is a part of the, because there's the All-Stars, and then there's the group that's underneath them. The Toby Rama, I think is what they're called. And one of them used to work for the world government, which was Who's Who. Now, Who's Who was a part of CP9 or CPO, and he was tasked with guarding the Gum Gum fruit. And Shanks stole this fruit because Who's Who was guarding it, and we know now that the Gum Gum fruit is actually called the Nika Nika fruit. Oh no, it's a mythical Zoan type, which is the human fruit model Nika, which they deliberately lied about the name of the fruit because this fruit is a very powerful devil fruit. Now, we don't know if Roger had this devil fruit, and now that we know Joy Boy, which is arguably just as important, and if not more important than Roger, did he have this devil fruit too? Because this devil fruit has it is a being. It has its own conscience, and it's been deliberately avoiding the government for 800 years. So Shanks steals this fruit. He knows about this fruit, then brings it to the bar, then has it in plain sight, opens up the chest for anybody to see, and in this case, it's Luffy. Okay, Manu.
Which sounds wild, but not nearly as wild as this next one, because many One Piece viewers think that the Davy Back fight will make its way back into the story somehow. Because as you know, while the Davy Back fight against Foxy didn't seem that significant to the overall story, what if there was a much higher stakes Davy Back fight between the Straw Hats and the Red Hair Pirates? Whether it's a friendly match or deadly serious, the Davy Back fight needs to come back into the story, or else the Foxy arc just doesn't seem to fit into the story at all, and I would be ashamed because it's the only arc I really don't like so far. But before we get into that, in the spirit of the holidays and eating great food, we can't move into the new year without let's greatest swordsman right now. Mihawk is how about real $15 off your first Boxu Japanese snack box. Thank you, Boxu. Well, how about really wild conspiracies for a change? What if I told you that Dracula Mihawk is living a lie? While he does hold the mantle of world's greatest swordsman right now, he outright refuses to duel with the one swordsman who used to fight him regularly. Shanks. Now, Mihawk claims it's because Shanks lost his dominant arm and therefore can't keep up, but if Shanks can claim the status of a
wow, that's very noble of you, Mihawk. Very noble.
Yonko with his remaining one arm, then perhaps Mihawk actually knows that he's plainly outclassed by Shanks. Oh wait, this might be the most controversial one we have in here. And now our submarine is reaching tier number 6 with this crazy theory. Shanks knew the truth about the Nika fruit.
Oh my gosh! I called it, bro.
And flu season can bring a sore red nose. Try Puffs Plus
Wow.
lotion to soothe painful blows.
I'm so good.
I'm Andrea, founder of a boutique handbag brand, Andy, and this is...
Even though he told Luffy it was the Gomu Gomu no Mi, he targeted the marine ship that was carrying it because he knew how important that fruit was. He learned the truth of Laugh Tale and the One Piece from Roger and knew that for Joy Boy to return, the Nika fruit had to make its way back to the right person. And so Roger stationed Crocus at the entrance of the Grand Line to keep an eye on any potential candidates.
I'm so good! I
Joy
called
Boy
this!
entering the Grand Line and help them find the right way. Remember that Crocus was the one who gave the log post to Nami and the Straw Hats. And he's also the first person to tell them about Love Tale.
On the
Roger
moon.
then stationed Rayleigh at the entrance to the New World, helping the next Pirate King to get strong enough for the second half of the Grand Line. And will you look at that, Rayleigh did help the Straw Hats reach Fishman Island and also personally trained Luffy for 2 full years. And so lastly, Roger ordered Shanks with stealing Joy Boy's devil fruit from the government and then finding the right person to eat it. Oh, and here's another popular theory about Shanks' true goal. One reason that he will stand in Luffy's way at the end is because he acts as the guardian of Laugh Tale. He has his crew stationed in the New World specifically to prevent any unworthy pirate from reaching the One Piece by accident or even not by accident. This next one, on the other hand, comes from One Piece film Red once again, where a one-off line probably has revealed Shanks' true surname. This continues the tradition of One Piece movies giving us big reveals such as Stampede revealing that Raftel was actually Laugh Tale. And that name is Figureland. Now, it doesn't seem like the name Figureland tells us too much about Shanks or who he might be connected to.
I can see that being
speculated
Shanks'
that
last
Uta is a
name.
Figureland as well, which would in turn likely connect this family name to Shanks. Given that it came from the Gorosei, is this another hint that Shanks could be a celestial dragon? And I do hope that you brought along something warm like your coat, because it is getting kind of cold down here at tier level 7. We're almost at the bottom now, and things are about to get really crazy. Like, Shanks has the power to see the future, and we're not talking about simple advanced observation hockey here. Katakuri may be able to see 5
We have so many powers, devil fruits, hockey, like power level dynamics in this show, but obviously the devil fruits are the most powerful. There is observation hockey, which is the only way to really counteract the devil fruits, is when you have all 3 versions of hockey, which is armament hockey, where you can harden your body, observation hockey, to where you can kind of feel the presence around you, and then conquerors hockey, which is your will has to be so strong that you can literally knock people out without even touching them. Armament hockey is really the main one that you use to be able to fight and touch people, you know, specifically like Logia type users like Smoker. If you have armament hockey, you can hit Smoker because the power that armament hockey gives you the ability to do so. But there's devil fruits that we know of that could send you back in time, and then in Toki's case, Momonosuke's mom, she could send people, and including herself, into the future. So there's got to be a devil fruit out there that you could see the past and you could see the future. It's like Attack on Titan. When someone new eats a previous Titan user, they could see their memories and the memories of the other Titan users before them. But with the Rogue Titan, you could see the future, which is why Eren knew what was going to happen. So there's got to be a devil fruit out there that you could see the future or some kind of power. Come on.
6 seconds into the future, but we're talking about seeing way ahead. Shanks warned Whitebeard not to let Ace fight Blackbeard. He warned the Gorosei about a certain pirate, and when he saved Kobe, he told him that the moments he bought had changed the future. So what if Shanks wasn't speaking figuratively here, but he can literally see far ahead into the future? And since we're asking some really deep questions here, why was Shanks in the East Blue to meet Luffy to begin with? Well, according to this theory, he had planned to give the Nika fruit to Ace instead. While he was in Windmill Village, he'd originally arrived to find Roger's son, thinking that Ace would grow up to become the future Pirate King, following in his father's footsteps. However, he then had a change of heart when he happened to meet Luffy, who shared the same secret dream as Roger. Either that or Luffy just ate it by accident, and that's how the entire story went. And speaking of people's dreams, we also have to talk about Blackbeard as well, because this theory suggests that Blackbeard was the one who gave Shanks his scar. Throughout the story, Shanks has warned many people how dangerous Blackbeard is, pleading with Whitebeard, probably the Gorosei and more, in order to get people to take Teach seriously as a threat. And despite how much Shanks has wanted to stop the threat of Blackbeard, it hasn't stopped his meteoric rise to power. Blackbeard is now actively seeking the keys to reach the One Piece, which means it's only a matter of time before these two Yonko will clash. And if Blackbeard were to kill Shanks, especially before Shanks and Luffy are able to reunite,
that episode right there, I think it was 958, 957. The director that stepped in to direct that episode, oh man, wow. The animation in that episode, whenever she's directed, I can't remember what her name is, but I'll probably put it up right here. She did a phenomenal job directing that episode, and the animators did a phenomenal job animating that episode. It was just done so really well. The pacing, the animation, the acting, the certain panels that they would use. I mean, dude, that episode was brilliant. It was so awesome. It certified banger. That was a really good episode. I hope she directs more, because
one of the most heartbreaking moments in the entire series, and it would give Luffy the ultimate motivation for taking down Marshall D. Teach. Okay, but if you thought things were insane so far, now that we've reached the bottom of the iceberg, things are about to get really wild. Here on tier number 8, these are the wildest Shanks theories on the internet. Now, one famous theory you might have heard about Shanks is that he's actually the son of Rocksteady Zebek.
No,
but
I don't think that Shanks is the son of him. I think Dragon is the son of Rocksteady Zebek. I don't think that Dragon is actually Garp's son, because all Garp did was tell Luffy who his dad was, but he never directly said that Dragon was his son. He just said your dad is Monkey D. Dragon. Now, we know in Japanese culture, or in the One Piece world, it's common for a male to take on the mother's last name, depending on her status. If she was a higher status, if she was royalty, or if she just had, she was higher up in that chain, then the male would take the female's last name. But obviously, the culture that we live here in America, the woman takes on the male's last name, and that's how it mostly is with other cultures as well. But I don't think that Shanks is Zebek's son. I think that Dragon is.
We say that's nonsense. In fact, Shanks is just a distraction from Rox's real son, Buggy. And hey, I mean, it's Oda. Anything can happen. Also, why is Shanks' haki so strong that he can make a Marine Admiral retreat from miles away?
That's who I was
he's
talking
a
about
hockey
earlier
man
in the episode, with Shanks directly using his haki on a specific person. It was that guy.
and who ate the haki fruit, of course. This theoretical, extremely overpowered devil fruit gives him the ultimate command over every type of haki, armament, observation, and conquerors, and gives him the power to trounce any other devil fruit user because, as we know, haki beats devil fruit. And here's another incredibly unlikely theory. Not only is Shanks AD, he's also the son of Emu, the secret king of the world government.
I could see that.
He didn't make an appointment with the Gorosei because he's a celestial dragon. He did it because he is the celestial dragon and the heir to the empty throne.
My man's looks so goofy like that.
Not only is Shanks at the top of the pirating world, but he's
My man's,
also
what
at
did
the
they
top
do to
of
you?
the world government. Now this would definitely give credence for him being the final boss of the series, but let's say the evidence here is lacking. And so yeah, this was an entire iceberg all about Shanks, but you can check out the truly gigantic iceberg video covering all the crazy One Piece theories I could find by checking out this video right here. Thanks for watching.
You're welcome, Manu. Anything for you, Manu. Anything. All right, hey, that's it. That is the Shanks theories iceberg explained by Ohara. Man, wow, that was a wild episode. Did you guys suspect any of these theories? Did you guys know about any of these theories? What do you guys think? What do you guys think Shanks is? Do you guys think he's a celestial dragon? Do you think he's the son of Emu? Like, what are your theories? Like, I am so intrigued by these videos, like, right now that it's, like, usually, like, all I listen to, like, when I'm working or something like that. Like, gosh, man, these videos are so good. I just love theories in general. Yeah, but, you know, what do you guys think? But other than that, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get going. If you guys watch this video with me, thank you. I don't know why you guys do, but you do. And for that, I'm thankful. But until then, I'm going to get going. Deuces. Later.